Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily reading. So today we're taking a look at how to unstuck yourself, and we're looking at where your blockages might be and how to lift these particular blockages. Now this read, it is similar to the shadow work readings, so obviously if that's not your sort of thing, then this is likely not going to be your reading today, okay? For everyone else, please do keep in mind that these reads are still general. You only take the messages that resonate for you, and you leave what isn't yours for someone else to enjoy, okay? Never force a reading to fit with your situation. Right, so if you just give me a minute so I can sort out your cards for you. Right, so I'll switch out to the overhead camera so that you can all see this clearly. Now, in your root chakra is the Five of Cups. Your sacral is the Queen of Swords. Solar plexus is the Page of Cups. The heart chakra is the High Priestess. Your throat chakra is the Two of Swords. Okay. Your third eye, that's the Four of Coins. And your crown chakra is the Seven of Coins. Okay. Right. So we'll take this from the top or from the bottom because it's the root chakra. Yeah, this Five of Cups in your root chakra. That's definitely a blockage. All right. So in your environment, now this could be your internal environment or this could be your external environment. It could be a combination of both, okay? With this Five of Cups being here, this indicates that either you're deeply unhappy deep within, or you're witnessing society being deeply unhappy, being incredibly dissatisfied in life. Now, this could also be unprocessed grief as well that is blocking your root chakra at this point in time. So your root chakra deals with survival, and it can be blocked by fear, all right? It can relate to your stability, your family, your home, your immediate environment, and past issues, past trauma. So I definitely do feel that this is unresolved trauma. Things definitely do feel to be getting on top of you at this point. And you can see as well that there's this tower that's made out of a stairway in the distance as well. So that's where you're headed, especially with that star there, okay? And this feels to me like, I know it's not the Nine of Wands, but it does feel like you're possibly on the verge of giving up on something here, okay? I am definitely getting a lot of Nine of Wands type energy with this one as well. It's almost, I mean, it is very pessimistic energy, almost like it's saying, do you know what, what's the point? Why am I doing this? What's the point? Okay, that's how this one feels to me, and that is currently in your in your root chakra. So I'm going to clarify this one. Can you tell us more about the Five of Cups, please? What's going on? Whoa, okay. King of Cups, Four of Wands, and the Nine of Coins. Okay. So there could be some kind of dependence here that's going on, or someone's heavily dependent upon you to be strong and to be present all of the time, okay? It feels like you've not had enough time yet to process this grief or this trauma, because this energy is the complete opposite to what's actually going on inside. So I feel that you're definitely suppressing and hiding a lot of things right now because of the expectations that are being put on you. You know, it's almost like you don't have time to grieve, you don't have time to be sad, you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself almost, okay? Again, with this Nine of Coins, it's really telling because you are expected to basically know what it is that you're doing all of the time and to be some type of leader here. But then deep inside, you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck it is that I'm doing. So how can I help others when I myself don't fully know what direction I'm going or what I'm doing? You know, there's definitely this conflict between the external world and what's going on in your internal world. Okay, the Queen of Swords is showing up in your sacral chakra. That was nearly another spoonerism. I'm always doing that. Yeah, so your sacral chakra, that is dealing with pleasure, and it can be blocked by guilt. This can also be what's going on with your resources, okay? If there's any guilt or shame that you're needing to release. If there has been suppression of any guilt or shame, then it is definitely time for you to surrender and release it. See with all the butterflies, okay? Now, ultimately, that's about your boundaries, right? And I do feel that definitely there's too much that's being expected of you at this point in time. And I don't like to use the word unfair, but it does feel a bit unfair. It's almost as if you're kind of waiting for someone else or for other people to give you permission to take some time out, to take some time off, and to just sit with this Five of Cups, okay? So that you can process your grief, your anxieties. This is showing up in your sacral chakra because there is definitely work that you're needing to do on your own personal boundaries, right? Yeah, the Fool. The Fool. Time to lay the groundwork for new personal boundaries here, and to not be shamed for doing that. All right. Now your Page of Cups is coming out in your solar plexus. So this is the center that deals with willpower and can be blocked by shame. This is what's going on internally for you. Okay. You can definitely feel a lot more confident within yourself by showing yourself a lot more compassion than what you have been with this Page of Cups. Okay. Page of Cups in the context of self-healing. It's all to do with compassion and spirituality of the self. And you've got the Two of Wands that's come out off center. Yeah, maybe feeling a little bit scattered, directionless, struggling here to make a decision. Okay, when you have to make a decision pertaining to something that you need to do, for yourself, you're struggling with that. Because feelings of guilt, feelings of, well, maybe I'm being selfish are coming up to the surface. And you're being told that you're not being selfish, okay? And that you absolutely do need to make the best decision for yourself here. That's why the Two of Wands has come out off center. On one hand, you're expected to make a lot of decisions for other people, but then when it comes down to you making decisions for yourself, that's where you tend to struggle. So I'm definitely speaking to an individual who is really good at giving advice to other people, but then when it comes down to them taking their own advice, perhaps not so great with that. Okay. Especially again when it comes down to you needing to do something for yourself to improve your own life. That there are feelings of guilt that are brought up because you feel like you're being selfish. So again, you're being reminded, like, no, see with that Page of Cups, you've got to show yourself a lot more patience, a lot more compassion. And there's absolutely nothing wrong here with you making decisions for yourself. Okay, I can see that you're not hurting others. Okay, the decisions that you're trying to make is all about you uplifting yourself here somehow, and you're feeling selfish for that. So again, I definitely do feel that something has been taken out of context here. Perhaps you were brought up to feel constantly guilty and constantly ashamed, you know. And now as an adult, you're trying to make good, healthy decisions for yourself, but then feeling like you're just being selfish or whatever. Again, it's all just false teachings that you were brought up with, okay? So, I mean, again, this is your internal energies that we're looking at right now. And this struggle to make these decisions. Well, you know, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. What if I fuck up? And the Spirit's saying, well, yeah, okay, what if you do make a mistake? It's no big deal. Do you know what I mean? In fact, we are encouraged to make a lot of mistakes in a lot of different ways. This is how the human mind learns, okay? We have to learn through the mistakes that we make. Very good teachers are mistakes, you know? You can take any example in life for that. But again, I'm speaking to a collective who has been made to feel guilty since a very young age, that they weren't allowed to make mistakes. So I'm definitely speaking to a group who weren't given the freedom as a child, as a page, to make mistakes in life, you know, expected to be perfect all of the time, which is absolutely ridiculous, because nobody is perfect, and definitely nobody is perfect all of the time. So, you know, that's not the way that life works, right? So to have this going on for you internally, it is definitely time now for you to work on some new boundaries, okay? That's really specific, new personal boundaries, to speak up, to say what it is that's on your mind here. And again, to not feel bad or guilty or horrible for having to do that, okay? There's far too much emphasis on not offending other people. And here's the thing, offense can only be taken, it cannot be given. Right, that's a really good rule for life. Offense can only be taken, it cannot be given. So with you speaking up here, and with you laying down these new boundaries for yourself, if someone else takes offense at that, or makes you feel bad, makes you feel like you're being a bad person for that, look closer at them, okay? Because it's obvious then that they have got something to gain through you not having these particular boundaries with them, right? They benefited somehow through you not putting your foot down with them. And a lot of this is about you needing to put your foot down with certain people who, quite frankly, are being disrespectful of your time, and who are making you feel bad because you're needing to spend some time here on what is clearly healing and recovery. Now that could be physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, or a combination of all, okay? You're clearly needing to take some time out here, and there's certain person or certain other people around you who are making you feel really awful for needing to take that time. Right? So this is what's going on for you guys at the moment. Again, not going to resonate for absolutely everybody, okay? So what's going on in your heart chakra? That's the High Priestess. Very, very intuitive energies. Is also incredibly secretive. So your heart chakra is currently being blocked at this point in time because you're keeping your feelings a secret, right? You're keeping your pain a secret, and there is clearly pain here. That's why the Five of Cups is in the root position, right? It can be family trauma and family pain that you're keeping in your heart and not speaking on as well, and that could be causing you some blockages here also, okay? So again, a lot to consider. Ultimately, you know deep down in your heart what is real for you, okay? Can you tell us more about the High Priestess? Oh, yeah. Did you see how quick that was as well? The Five of Cups again. So your heart is connected to your root, definitely. There's no question of it. None at all. Can you tell us more? Thank you. Ace of Coins, or the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands off center, even. Queen of Wands off center, that's someone who is not living their fullest potential. That's someone who's keeping themselves small in order to avoid jealousy of others. Okay, so if you are doing that, then take a closer look at why you're doing that. Because clearly someone here was made to feel bad for achieving things in life, which is absolutely crazy when I've already seen that you were expected never to make a mistake and to be a high achiever and to be perfect 100% of the time. And then we've got, oh yeah, but when I did achieve things, I was always cut back down to size again almost immediately. Okay, Ace of Coins, Queen of Wands off center. To clarify these two, it's a complete contradiction, isn't it? So with that coming out off center, it's like you always had to strike this balance between being perfect, being a high achiever, but not achieving more, or not overachieving over and above whoever this was that used to dictate to you. It's impossible. There's an impossible situation here that's playing out. And then we've got you constantly feeling this Five of Cups energy. Like you just don't stack up, you just don't match up. And every time you do, you cut back down again. And that's in your heart. That's what you're carrying around in your heart. So now you don't know who it is that you're supposed to be, what it is that you're supposed to do. And then in your external world, you've got all of this going on with other people, probably with your own kids, your own spouse, your own friends, your own partners, all of them basically looking up to you and expecting for you to know everything about everything. And the reality is, you're just as lost as everyone else, you know, in a lot of ways. The Two of Swords, that's coming out in your throat chakra. This is something that you need to say or something that you need to do. And that is communication. Your Swords energy. But with it being the Two of Swords in your throat chakra, that's like damned if you do and damned if you don't. It's an impasse, a crossroads, being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So on one hand, if you do say something, you're going to feel bad. And then if you maintain your silence, you're still going to feel bad. Do you see what I mean? Can you tell us more about Two of Swords, please? Yeah. Seven of Cups off center, and your Two of Coins also off center. Again, Seven of Cups, making a decision, but feeling insecure about the decision that you have to make. There is rocky ground here. And then your Two of Coins off center. Again, that's this internal debate. I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? What if I say this? What if I say that? How will they respond? How will they react? I'm also seeing that there is misinformation here as well that was given to you at some point. Tell us more. Yeah, the Ten of Cups off center. That's an unhappy home situation that someone is needing to speak out on. You're not happy at all with the way that things are run, with the way that things are playing out. Tell us more. Thank you. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. It's time for you here to move on to something that you do love, or someone that you do love. If you've fallen out of love with someone, again, not necessarily romantically. But the Ace of Cups ultimately is about new love. This could also be you deep diving into your own spirituality, but perhaps feel that you cannot speak to your nearest and dearest about your more recent spiritual revelations. Out of fear that these other people are just going to see you as being crazy type thing. You've got the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Unhealthy energy. The Hermit off center. Failure to take accountability. See. And you've got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. It's like you've been trying to get someone else to see things from your perspective, from your point of view, but they're not able to. You're definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Somebody that you deal with displays a lot of unhealthy behaviors when they don't get their own way, when people don't do whatever it is that they have told them to do. They display a lot of controlling, demeaning, really toxic behaviors. And again, they're really, really good at being able to make you feel bad, like you specifically. Because I'm seeing this in your throat chakra is you need to speak the truth to this individual, specifically about how they make you feel, and you have to make sure that you hold them accountable for the things that they have done. Because the longer you keep your silence, the more that your heart is going to hurt, and the more you're going to feel stuck. In your third eye chakra is the Four of Coins. That traditionally is a very withholding energy. In this deck, it looks like they're holding something up with all of their strength. Your own higher self, your own intuition is telling you that you're very strong. Incredibly strong. What's going on? Thank you. What's going on with the... Okay. Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords, Nine of Wands reversed, and the Nine of Cups in the upright position. You've held back on the things that make you happy, on the things that bring you joy and pleasure in life, in favor of what other people want to do. This combination here can indicate someone lying to you, or perhaps you lying to yourself. Oh, well, when they're happy, I'm happy. Is that really true in this scenario? When they're happy, I'm happy. Is that not a wee bit codependent? 9 of Wands in the reverse position is surrender. And your own intuition is telling you for you to surrender to your own happiness. What's this 7 of Swords? Chariot in reverse. Yeah, stagnation and strength in reverse. Cowardice or someone being scared. Someone has lived this way for such a long time that now they're afraid. They are afraid to try and be their own person. They're afraid to break this habit of a lifetime. There's also potentially the message here that you know deep down, and your own intuition's telling you that a certain other individual is lying to you because they're a coward and they're trying to save their own skin here. You're definitely dealing with lots of different scenarios that are playing out at the same time. You've got a different energy here who is trying to make you feel guilty because you're trying to discover the truth of a situation, and this individual is highly manipulative, where they're actually using your past traumas and past trauma responses against you in order to get away with doing whatever it is that they're doing, which is lying to you. Someone here is lying to you for their own gain, for their own benefit. And your intuition's telling you that. You've got the 7 of Coins in your crown chakra. It's all about the seeds that you plant. And what kind of seeds you're planting at this point in time. Okay, the one that landed on the floor was the 6 of Cups. Yeah, and the 2 of Swords. I'm feeling that there's a misplaced loyalty here. 6 of Wands. Page of Coins reversed. It's a misplaced loyalty. You feel that you have to be loyal to a certain individual purely because of who they are. Now that usually goes on within families, like the people that you're genetically related to. I have to make that distinction there because, you know, the word family means different things for different people. The Page of Coins in reverse is incredible foolishness. It's naivety as well. I'm seeing this combination as how you're gonna need to ensure that people earn your respect in future. Because, to be honest with you, there's a lot of entitlement within this energy, where certain other people were basically expecting for you to respect them straight off the bat without them actually doing anything to earn that particular respect. Okay, they were just expecting it because of who they are, or who they are to you. And it doesn't work that way, or it shouldn't work that way. Your 7 of Coins is a card of harvest. Okay, it's the seeds that you plant. It's time for you to prune. Prune away anyone and anything that is sapping you of your energy at this point in time. You've got this card of nostalgia here right next to the 2 of Swords, which is saying, look, you're going to have to be practical and realistic about this, and you can't come from a place of nostalgia and wishful thinking, right? And then you've got this combination here, which is victory and attention with a page of coins in the reverse. A page of coins in the reverse is someone who refuses to learn their lessons. It's someone who is unteachable. It's someone who thinks that they know everything that there is already to know, and so therefore they can't possibly learn anything new because they are all already all-knowing, very ignorant energy, basically. So either you're dealing with a group of ignorant people or you're dealing with an ignorant person specifically that keeps making you feel as bad as possible for you wanting to do with your life what you want to do with your life. I feel that someone is treating you just like you're thick or something, Yeah, 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. A heavy burden. This is you basically, you used to, I feel that you're coming out of it now though. You used to just wear the labels that others gave you. But I feel now that you're learning that you don't have to wear the labels that someone else puts on you. Can you have a healing message for our collective, please? That was quite a hard energy to read through that, so I do apologise if it took a bit too long. Healing message for our collective, please. Soul Star. I'm going to struggle to pronounce this one. Apophyllite? I think that's apophyllite. Right, number 57. Let's take a look. Okay, Soul Star, Truth and Uplifting. This is a high vibrational card, as apophyllite helps you to attune to higher dimensions and realms. If you connect your third eye and crown chakras with the help of apophyllite, you will be able to understand the information that you gain from above. Okay, this is a time to meditate more in order to find the answers that you seek. Looking for guidance from above and from where your soul resides is necessary when the answers are not clear. Pay attention to your dreams and keep a piece of apophyllite or this card next to your bed. You can both meditate and shamanic journey with apophyllite. Some people like to place the crystals on their eyes when they do so. Remember, when you access higher planes of reality, you must always remain grounded. You may receive information, but if you aren't grounded, you may not fully understand what you're receiving or being presented. Okay, pairing apophyllite with black tourmaline is a beautiful combination, or you can meditate outside with your feet touching the earth. The more you create a union between the higher and the lower realms, the more balanced you will feel when you create this connection. When you create a higher connection, you will be uplifted and energized and able to discern truth. Connect with your higher truth and don't let denser reality pull you down. Now is the time to rise above. So that was more to do with like a meditation technique than it was about what the actual card was about. Soul Star, Truth and Uplifting. I feel with this one that you're probably struggling to decipher the spiritual messages and information that you're receiving, because there is a lot of earthy noise and earthy clutter. Maybe even situations where certain others try to make you feel daft, stupid, or ridiculous, for asking questions, for seeking the truth, for speaking the truth. Someone's been made to feel like they're crazy because of their own spiritual journey here as well. And again, this is everything to do with how certain other people around you are not wanting you to ascend. They're not wanting you to ascend. And therefore, it is vital that you do ascend. And that you do trust in your own intuitive messages and spiritual messages. Because you've got someone in the earthly realm who is clearly lying and full of bullshit and trying to make you out like you're crazy when you're actually not. And they're benefiting from that. They're benefiting from keeping you cut down to size. Okay. What else for our collective, please? It's a bit of a heavy read, that one. A bit of a heavy one. So, if you are allergic to swearing or sarcasm, then you don't have to listen to this next card, okay? This is just a way that I like to uplift energies at the end of a read, okay? Right. Stop trying to skip the fucking struggle. Keeping it positive won't insulate you from having emotions and needing to evolve. You're not going to spiritual your way out of hitting the next layer of wounds to heal. So many of us make the mistake of thinking that we will arrive and that'll be that with the life lessons and shit. Personal growth is more like peeling an onion rather than climbing a mountain. It gets stinkier and stinkier and you cry more, but everything gets juicier the deeper that you go. The true spiritual badasses don't pretend like their onions don't stink, yeah. Yeah, because ultimately, the word spiritual, what does that mean? It means getting closer to self. And those who claim to be spiritual, you might find that those who shout and scream the loudest about how spiritual and empathic they are actually the ones who have got the most work to do on themselves. That's a fact. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have received really disgusting, vile comments, and I've clicked on the profile, and their profile bio is all about how kind and loving and empathic and spiritual and evolved they are. And they leave comments that are absolutely unhinged, where they're accusing complete strangers of this, that, and the next. No evidence, no backup, no facts, no proof, nothing. So always be cautious of people like that, okay? True spiritual individuals will not go out of their way to upset others and dictate to others and tell them how they should or shouldn't live. Because spiritual is being closer to self, the true you. Okay? As far as not skipping the struggle, spiritual journeys can be really dark, painful, and gritty. And that's a fact. And that's normal. Okay. I feel that your overall message for this reading is you need to give yourself some time out, away from all of the noise and the clutter and the responsibilities, just for a hot minute, so that you can process all of these painful memories, emotions, traumas. You process it and make peace with it. Okay. That's part of the struggle that they're on about here. And again, stay away from people who claim to be all-knowing and all spiritual and make out like their spiritual journeys is all sunshine and lollipops and, you know, skipping through cornfields and this, that and the next. Because it's not like that at all. It genuinely isn't. When you get closer to self, you learn more about who you truly are. That's all of the good and all of the bad. And yes, there will be memories that come up of things that you're none too proud of. We've all got stuff like that. But when someone tries to actively hide it and make out like they're all perfect, and then expect others to be all perfect, and then whenever they make a mistake, they jump on them like a bloody hyena, rabid hyena, they then can't claim to be spiritual. And that's the type of energy that is around you at this moment. And you absolutely do not have to be involved with that. You absolutely don't. Okay? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful to someone. For information on how you can book a personal reading with me, then that information can be found in my description box below. I'm sorry again for the really heavy energy of that reading, but you know, even if it's just helped one person, then I've done my job. Okay. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.